Yo, what's going on, guys? Frisk here. So the other day on Twitter, I put out a tweet and said, hey, could you imagine a game where you play in high school? The whole goal of the mode, you've got to recruit people to come to your high school, and they're there for 3 years. You train, progress them. You play, in leagues and tournaments, and you hopefully can win championships, and that allows you to level up your reputation. And what if you could start that any year? And what if you could play 100 years of that in a row? Did you guys know there's a mode in ebaseball, in jikkyo, pawafuru, puroyakyu, that has that, and it's called Eikan 9, or the translation, Crown 9. I love this mode so much that I'm going to play it and I'm going to explain it, and I've obviously got a lot of help from other people in the MLB Power Pros world Discord and community. And of course, you got to use the Translate app on your phone to really want to know what's going on. But as you play over time, you understand more and more of what it actually is. So we're going to start a run. Okay, so the first thing you do, like I said, you choose the year, right? So basically, as you choose like the year here, it'll tell you like pros that came out of that year, right? And you can go from 1948 to 2021. And so for this one, I want to start in 2010 because I want to try and see if we can get Ohtani. And then we get to pick our prefecture. And this is also pretty important too for those reincarnated pros. And so Shohei Ohtani came from the 08, that prefecture. And then I think it's right here. This is 08. Okay, and here's where the creation suite is. And so there's a lot of things you can do here. And this is where we get to design our little dude, our team, I should say. Yeah, so uniforms now done. All right, and this is where I get to create me as a manager, what my manager looks like. So what I like to do with all the players, I like to do random. So I find one that looks kind of cool, and then I like to edit from there. And then the last one is beard, which I like, but I just want it to be black. Boom. There, my dude's looking good now. All right, there we have it. We went through this real quick. We set this all up, and then we've got 6 new recruits joining the school here, and that's what we're going to see here. All right, and here they are. So these are 6 new guys, and I think this is Ohtani right here. 298, July 5th, 1994. A pitcher and an outfielder, just as a first year. As a reincarnated pro here, as a first year. Look at that. He's got F contact, D power. He's almost going to be to C here, and then C speed. He's already throws 152 kilometers as a freshman, or a first year, I should say. And so we're just going to actually change his name to Ohtani. I think they spell a little bit differently there, but I think we're just going to do it. We're going to do it this way. Oh, look at that. Our reincarnated pro, Ohtani. Yeah, there he is. All right, that's another thing you can do here, guys. Pretty cool. You can change their names. You can change the way they look like, because we're going to go do that too. Also, underneath here, if you look underneath their name, they have another set of text here. This is actually their personality. So different personalities can progress and do better at different things. And so Ohtani's personality is called, it's like hot-blooded. It's sometimes hard to remember what each personality is, and so I make a little fun game out of it, actually. I actually try to name the players their first, like their name to be the first letter of the personality that they have. And so hot-blooded, so we want to do H. So let's call this guy, let's just call him Harris. And then what that does is it helps me remember how to train him and what he's going to be good at and things like that. All right, so here's our players. We don't get to edit them yet. With their appearance. First days of school. Crown 9, let's go. We're walking up to our school for the very first year, Trost, in the Await prefecture. We're going to be building up this school from the ground up. All right, so this is the main area, and so this is kind of like he's like our little helper. All right, and here we go. Starting out, guys are reporting to duty here. Look at Ohtani-san. Okay, and here we are. So this is kind of the main menu of these cards down here, and each of them kind of have your team run through and do some type of training. The higher the value of the card, the more of the points you get, but also you progress on this board here at the top, which is basically calendar, right? And so we're now, it is April 8th, and we've got April up until July, until we play in the prefectural tournament, which is just basically a bracket tournament. When you win that tournament, then you can go to the autumn Koshin, and you win that, then you basically are the best team in Japan. And so that happens then your third years leave. Your third years, basically, they're done as soon as you lose. If you lose the very first game in the summer, in the prefectural, it's over. Your third years really only play one game, and then, your second years and first years come up, and then you have the fall prefectural, which is kind of like a good test, and then there's the spring Koshin, which is in like the February March time period, and so that's when it ends here in April. And so we're picking it back up right here in April. Recruiting happens November, December, January, across those 3 months, depending on the reputation of your school. You get kind of the opportunity to go visit prefectures, and you scout a player, and hopefully you can get a player to say yes in those 6 chances that you get. You can also buy scouting resumes. It gives you another chance to go out and find scouts or find players, but you only get 4 of those. And so I'll explain all these rules on the way, just kind of giving a high eye level here. This is Ohtani right here. Like I said before, this is the editor. I can basically just hit shuffle until I get one that I'm like, yeah, that kind of looks like Ohtani. And I'm not going to do all of these because I know you guys don't want to watch me do every player, but I want to make every player kind of, I want to give him a name, give him my identity, and kind of give him a look, because I think that's super fun part about this game, especially when you get to see, how these players end up in the future. All right, so I've completed the team. Take a look at Nord, Hafer, of course, Ohtani, Harris, Gaston, Paul, Terry, Regis, Rupert, Ryland, Niblet, Carpenter, Custer, Atori, Tagovailoa, Dressel, Raleigh, Thompson, and then me. I think the only thing left to do is just kind of look at the order here. Like, what are we working with, right? Give you a sense of, we've got, looks like a couple third years, a couple first years, anyone on the bench that we need to play. Like, we got Ohtani pitching and hitting fourth. So the 3 tells us what year they are, 3, 2, or 1. There's only 3 years in high school in Japan. I've memorized the positions right now. This is short. This is catcher. This is pitcher. This is left field, center field, first base, second base, right field, and third base. I think we're ready to kind of jump into it here. So I'm going to show you how this kind of works. So we're in April here, right? So like I said, all we're trying to do is train and progress our players so we can get to this prefectural tournament. A blue space, gives you a positive event for your team. A green space gives a physical boost to your team, like rest. A yellow phase is an XP boost, and a red phase is a negative event to your team. And then landing on white is random. So this little star here, if you land on that, so we'll do this here. We're going to pick this card. All right, it's going to tell us, all right, hey, I'm coming up with a new game plan. So she comes up with 3 different plans here, and you got to decide which one to take. So really, I mean, I see yellows are ones you want to land on a lot here. And then once a month, you can change your training. So I'll show what that looks like here in a bit. Looks like the bottom one's only the bad one there. So I'm actually going to pick the top so I can land on this yellow one right out of the gates here. All right, so XP went up, and now it's gonna tell me. It gave me some boost there. Now 444. Could do 5, so I'll do 1 here. Yes, if you look at the so this is basically saying we got a player situation. Do we want him to take a rest? Do we want him to practice, or do we want him to study? So it's rest, practice, study. I'll tell him to study, and then it'll tell us if that helped him or not. Yep, gave him some points. Okay, so 2, I could go to this green here. If I hit 5, it hits me to blue. There's also these cards here. There's also rarities on these cards. So, but gold cards are the cards that you want. And hopefully we'll get a couple of those. So we'll do this 2. Let's get this, this boost here. Okay, what else? We could land 4 again. So we'll do that. So these months go pretty quickly. Petition. So like I said, we want to avoid reds. Landed on. Okay, we get some. What's happened is our players they're getting some boosts. They're increasing, their ratings here, and I'll show you how that works here pretty quick. All right, she's giving us some supplies here that we can use. The red is the tutorial stuff. All right, so here we go. So now we're in May. So we've got 2 more months until it starts, and so here's our players here. This is where we kind of set the training plan as we're kind of simulating, throughout all these months. So obviously pitchers are red, infielders are yellow, green is outfielders, and then catchers are blue. Okay, so basically over here, on the right here, it tells you all the things the plan that you can do. This first one is just kind of random. It's basically like, hey, you decide, Power Pros. This turns them to an all-around player, and then underneath here is all the different kind of one-offs, like if you want to give them a pitch or throw faster or switch to position. Like if I want to do this, this is hitting. I think right here. Where's the position one? This one? Yeah, so this one, no. Yeah, this one tells them to learn another position, right? So if I was like, hey, Nord, you're actually a pretty good hitter, but he's not. But you're a pretty good hitter. I want you to learn how to play a position. Then you can do that here. Usually what I like to do at first, because all the players are just kind of not good, to be honest, is you just want to raise the ground level. Like you just want them. So I usually pick all around at first. Or you could pick by their personality. There's not a 100% correct way to do it. I usually start and say, hey, we want you to just be all around. And then as they start to grow, you see what their weaknesses are, what they're, not necessarily kind of growing on. So to start Crown 9 run, this is basically what I do. But then I go into a couple guys, right, like that are pretty good, like Ohtani. Like his contact's just not good. And so I actually, because I want him to be a better hitter, I actually want to improve his contact. So we're going to have him work on that. And then see if, probably want to work on his trajectory too eventually, right? Now he's 4, so that's good. See if there's anyone else that's like stands out a lot. That's like a first or a second year. So maybe Raleigh, but I think we just need him to be better all around. Everyone needs to be better here. Rupert's going to be out here pretty quick, so he's only going to get one stint at it. Carpenter is pretty promising. What's he plays? He plays shortstop. We need his defense to get up, so we're going to raise him all around first. But we want his defense to be better. Terry will be gone after this year. Tagovailoa, he's got good power in that 4. But he plays third and his defense is very bad, so I would have him do D. Wallaby out. Trussell needs to just be all around better. Niblet needs to be all around better. Regis needs to be all around better. Torrey all around. Ryland's going to be our catcher next year, and he's just not good, so we need him to be very better. And then our pitches are just kind of very poor, right? Other than Ohtani. Ohtani's going to carry us, so we just need like another person out of the pen, but we might be able to get there in recruiting. So this is what I'll start with here, and then now we'll get through the month. And once this month is over, then I can change that again. And so just keeping it cruising. We only have 4 cards right now, but the more reputation you get, the more cards you get that you can use. Alright, so this guy, this next block that you see here, that's a scout. And so basically what we need to do is we need to hit the scout, and we need to pitch our players to him. And then you only get to choose 3. So it's basically we can present Tagovailoa, Raleigh, or Thompson. So we're not going to do Thompson or Raleigh. We're going to do Tagovailoa. And so now the scout's like, okay, I'll watch him. I'll see how he does. And so we want to do that pretty, periodically. How are we looking? Oh, we got a 5-er. So let's do that 5 gold card. And we land on another yellow too. So look at that, big gains for the crew there. Okay. All right, so there's a new card you see here. So this new card here, this purple one, that's actually changing your regiments. If I hit this, it's going to change. I can go back to the training screen. So for example, if I go here, it goes back to this screen. Where's that? This one. But as you can see, I can't change the training plan right now. If I play that card, then I can. And usually I like to save that one just in case I want to do something. But all right, halfway through May, almost to June, in action. Hopefully we win, because if we lose, then the 3rd years are gone. Guys like Terry, big rip. All right, so let's look at our training plan here. He's going to give us some options. Okay, so we want to do middle here. The reason we want to do middle is you see that ball, that bat and ball. That means if you land on it, then you get to do an ability for one of your guys. And so problem is, though, we don't have a card that's going to be able to land on it. So this little thing right here actually swaps out all of your cards and gives you new cards. So watch this. All right, so now I don't have 3, but I have 3 and 1. So if we'll do 3. And unfortunately, we're going to miss a scout this time, because we definitely want to get this ability for hopefully somebody. Okay. I have Custer. Oh, no, that didn't work for Custer. He's not psyched. Yeah, so now his mood's going to be going down here. Okay. So now we're going to play this 1, and we're going to land, and we're going to be able to play get an ability here for a guy. So it's either Regis, Carpenter, or Thompson. So I'm sorry, Regis, but I think it's got to be Carpenter, because next year is what we need. So now we got Carpenter, and now we get to choose what ability we want to try and get. And the higher the star, the better the ability, and the harder it's going to be to get it. And so this one's basically an ability that is intimidation. Basically puts pressure on the fielder, and so this causes them to get more errors. We really want this one. Hey, we got it. Okay, so great, we got that ability for Carpenter, so he'll be able to play that when we play in the game, which I'll show you how that works here. We're playing our first prefectural game here coming up. All right, here we go. June, last month. All right, so here we go. All right, let's see what game this is. I think, okay, no, practice game. So we got a practice game here. Then we get to watch a player. So there's Terry or Regis. I just want to see. Terry. I like Terry. Okay, here's the lineup. Ohtani's going to be on the mound. Okay, Terry is not happy either. We have a lot of not happy players. Tagovailoa, Gaston. It's not got a good mood. Isn't really one we can go to either, so we just got to play this one out. It's just a practice game, and then yeah, so you guys get to see it for this first one. Look at this field. Look at Trost. Look at this crew that we just made. We're going against Tano Oh no. Here on our field, 109 to center. Yeah, they're an E team. And so I think we're an E team. We might even be an F team starting out. We have so much to do. All right, here comes Tono. Terry up at the plate. Okay, so let's explain how this works. All right, so this is how you play the game. These cards here basically instruct your player on what to do. The higher the number, the higher the chance of a successful outcome. And then also down here, you have your abilities. You know, those abilities that you get. So when you look at your card here, it'll tell you these abilities that show up underneath. Like, see, there's blue and red and green. Those are different, abilities, that you have. And so you'll have opportunities to play those in the game, but once you play them, that only works for that at bat, or it'll tell you, what you can do. And then you have the chance to play it or not, or save it for that, kind of next at bat. And so this one, will basically, I don't know exactly what this one does. It says, it's kind of like a dummy card, and it says it demonstrates a habitual ability. I'm not sure exactly what it does, but it does improve a couple things here at the plate. Okay, so this first card is, lets the hitter decide kind of what to do. You give them a little bit of autonomy, and they'll leave it to them. This one is basically aiming to center. You want to hit it to, right up the middle. This one is basically, they call it aiming at sink direction. This one is pulling. So this is like hitting away. This is like pulling. This is hitting it on the ground. And then there's a couple others that pop up. Like this is take a pitch, but there's some where you can bunt. There's some where you hit and run. And there's some where you can try and hit home runs. And different cards come up depending on the player and the situation. And, this number will give you the level of success. So basically with Terry, because of, kind of how he hits, he's got 54 contact. Looks like he's good at hitting up the middle and hitting on the ground. But we're going to try and do 4 here. Let's see how this goes. And he's going to soft ground out to first. Rip Terry. Okay, look, are we down 2 already? Oh, man. Okay, we're down 2 already. Now back up. I'll show you this ability now. We got runners on second and third. Okay, we can try and hit one to center for 3, or we can hit a rolling ball or a ground ball. But there's 2 outs, so we got to hit this thing in the air. Gotta hit in air. Come on, Terry. Hey! Oh, man, it's just foul. Oh, no, Terry. Okay, so Terry 0 for 2. We're down 2 so far right now. Now Hall up at the plate. So we got a runner on second. If you remember, H is hot-blooded, right? So here's his ability, which is hot-blooded. So for this one at bat, he gets a boost on stuff. So 4, if I let him just kind of choose, but I could tell him to pull or hit away. Or she will tell him, you figure it out, bud. Let's see what you can do. 1-1 count. Come on, Hall. 2 strikes. Hey, get over his head. Nope. Does not. Back up to Terry. All right, Terry. Come on, Terry. Driving that runner. We're getting worked here. Terry, you just cannot. No power on these balls. We got 4 hits, though, somehow. Yeah, we might be on the mound now. Okay, so now here's how it works on the mound. So Ohtani pitching. He's also hot-blooded, if you remember. He's dealing, but he's given up 2 runs, which means, but he has no ERA, which likely means that there were errors. And so we're going to let Ohtani pitch. Oh my gosh. That might be a run, though. Get him. Oh, he's not going to go home. All right. Let's activate this. We need to get out of this inning. 4. This one is, I think, breaking balls. Everyone's a little bit different, so. Oh, nasty. Oh, jeez. That was hot. Come on. Come on, Ohtani. Get him. Get it, baby. Okay, that's 2. We just need 1. 1 more out. Okay, so low balls 2, unfortunately. I wish it was better. So we might have to do breaking balls again. 1 count. Come on. Get out of this. Get him. You got him, Ohtani. Perfect. Off the mound. Great play. All right, so we saved that. Didn't give up that run, but we're still haven't scored. Come on, Hall. 3 for a ground ball. 2 outs. Okay. Come on, Hall. Hit the ball, Hall. Hey. No, it's going to be foul. Hey. Oh, I thought he was gonna sail it, and we were gonna win back a run here. God, this is a practice game. Okay. All right, Terry. Tell me something, Terry. Get over his head. Nope. I don't think we can have Terry bat leadoff. He just doesn't have it. He's just not enough pop in his bat. All right, Ohtani back on the mound. Still dealing. Ooh. Terrible bunt. So another thing you can do is you can do mound visits. So you can do 3 mound visits a day. It each gives like a certain temporary ability for that mound visit, which is really cool. And so this kind of creates excitement. This is encouraging. And it delivers a message, right? We don't really need him to get super pumped, basically. So I think this is kind of the one we want right here. Oops. Yep. So it's gonna go out. Carpenter's gonna go out. Kind of talk, and then you can see what effects happen, right? So we get a little bit of a boost, and now Ohtani's ready to jam him in with the 4. And let's see what happens. Perfect. All right. The middle. Ohtani. Beast. I think this is our last chance, though. Oh, he's tired, though. I don't think we can get out of this. How many outs? 1. See if Nord can... We might have to bring in Nord, but let's see what happens here. See if Ohtani can get an out here. Let's see how it goes. I don't wanna... This is a practice game. Alright, that's 2. So now let's bring in... Connie goes in the field. Hafer's on the mound. Right? Perfect. Alright, I was like, did that not happen like I wanted it to? It did. Got it. Okay. Alright, so now Hafer's gonna close it out. He does. Alright, so we keep Ohtani in to hit. And now we got Trestle. Alright, so this is it. Last chance, boys. Here, just practice game, but so we can get to see how the team does. There's Hafer. I think Hafer can hit a little bit. Ease. Anyone else hit better than him? Did we bring anyone in? So Niblet. Carpenter actually hit, but he's not feeling it today. Let's keep Hafer in there. He's one of our best hitters right now. See what he can do. Come on, Hafe. Oh, let's go. So close. Almost got it. And top the order to Hall. Close out the game, maybe. Here we go. All right, back to Terry. Come on, Terry. Get a hit, Terry. You're hitless today, buddy. Close, but just not enough. All right, we learned a lot about our team this game. We learned Ohtani's a beast. We learned Terry can hit. Okay, so here's after the game. This is where you can see, you know, kind of the boosts and gains, right, to different things, right? And so, you know, Ohtani went up a point on some people when they have good performances. They go up even more. But this is why you want to try and get everybody to play too, so they can all get some type of progression. And we're getting close to the prefectural. All right, so now there it is. The bracket for the prefectural has just been announced. Let's swap out these cards real quick. All right, so we've got a couple. I want to take a look at show you guys the bracket. It was just posted. Trying to get some win spots here. Rest up. All right, into July. Look at this bracket. Yeah, here we go. So here's the here's the prefectural tournament here. Yeah, we got to win five games in a row to be able to win. And if we win the prefectural, then we go to the autumn Koshin. And that's gonna be a big help to the squad because we're at E right now, and we need a higher rep. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop this here. We went through a lot in this first episode. I hope you guys like this, you know, because I really want to keep doing it. I played this game a ton, and I think you guys would find it pretty interesting. Very cool flows, very easy to kind of get through seasons quick. Thanks so much for tuning into this one. This is really fun. Until the next one, we'll see you. Peace.